Okay then guys, let's have a quick look through this paper then, the OCR paper for January 2011, the C3 paper that is. To try and simulate the thought processes you might wish to go through at the beginning of an examination if you were sitting a C3 paper. So we've got all the instructions on the cover of course, but let's have a look at the questions themselves to see whether we like them or not. Here's a solution of a modulus then, question 1. The good idea about looking at the paper quickly at the beginning of an examination, the reason why it's worth doing is because you give your brain a chance to work on things subconsciously, and also it enables you to choose which questions you prefer to do at the outset of an examination, because you really do want to get off to the best possible start. And also if time factors are a consideration, then it will enable you to choose questions you think you'll be able to get the most marks for in the least possible time. So it's well worth taking a moment or two to just have a quick look through the paper then to see what you like to do first, and to let your brain absorb the questions themselves. So that's a modulus question then. That's a nice easy question. It's got equals, so that shouldn't be too difficult at all. Here's a curve. It's a shift, isn't it? Transformation there is involved there, so that should be alright. That question's maybe a little tedious, a little awkward. Then you've got this balloon, some increasing at a rate, so it's a rate of increase, and you've got surface areas of balloons, spheres and volumes, I would imagine. So that's not a standard thing that's user friendly, so that would need some thinking about. This one is standard, question 4. Nice compound angle formula here, and solve this equation. So 4 is certainly a relatively standard question, so that would be a good question to perhaps consider doing at the beginning. 5 is rotation of volume here, looks like. Perhaps the area is also mentioned here, and you have to find A given the area is 16. So again, not terribly straightforward that, but still eminently doable. Next one, got this curve, stationary point, differentiation then. Find an expression for dy dx, so differentiate, show that it's equal to this, and then iteration. So we've got to use an iterative formula on this equation here to find the solution to 3dp. So again, that's not easy. So there are not very many questions that are very user friendly here. 7 is f and g, composite functions. So again, one would need to work through this and Simpson's rule. So 7's a long question here to do, isn't it? And it's going to be time consuming. 8, graph, sketch that graph. Given this, again, part B is separate, it's a double angle formula. So again, this paper doesn't look very user friendly here, and it looks fairly challenging. 9 can often be a difficult question, and I think there's no exception here. But it involves differentiation of functions. So there's 9. And it's a long question as well. So just looking at those, it looks like this is a hard paper, I would say. Only 1 or 2 questions that look fairly user-friendly that one could possibly consider doing at the outset of the paper. So all the best, as I say, with the C3 examinations then, guys. I hope you work through the solutions for this paper. It'll stand you in good stead for when you do the actual examination yourself, of course. The more revision you do, the more prepared you are for the examination. So as I say, just want to wish you all the best if you're taking a C3 paper in the near future, and hopefully catch you again in another revision session. Cheers!